Welcome back to Daytime. Well, this place, look at it. I mean, we're seeing images on screen again, and I cannot tell you how beautiful this space, how interactive it is. And what I love is when, to help inform and kind of enhance the experience of the museum, the pairing of two different artistic ventures that come together and create an incredible installation here, and it's called Work Shifts. Joining us now, two of the three collaborating artists on this, Sunshine Chen, who is part of Storybuilders Creative Communications, who specifically was working on, with Carl Kessler, who is unfortunately not able to join us today, an ongoing project called Matters of Uncommon Knowledge, as well as Brian Douglas, who we've had on the show before for his photo series called Forlorn Factories, Found Beauty. Welcome to the show, and again, kind of an unusual pairing. This is just kind of a series of happenstance that led you guys together, or more specifically, somebody else coming to you and going, hey guys, have you met? Would you like to do something together? Sunshine, I'll start with you. Maybe give us a bit of background on this project, and then I'd love to get into your individual artistic ventures and kind of how they informed this.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty simple call we got out of the blue from James Jensen here at the Regional Museum. And he said he'd seen some of our work with the Hands-On project and some of Brian's work with the Forlorn Factories. And he said, wouldn't it be great if you could pair up your work and assemble something that could speak to the changing nature of work in our community and the changing nature of the spaces for work in the community.
Now, just to be specific, Sunshine, you deal in video film, and Brian, you deal in photography.
Right, yeah.
So how do you mesh these two kind of different styles of communication?
Well, Carl Kessler is also a photographer. So our project is that he would take the pictures and I would take the audio recordings. And Brian also works with photography. And then so, you know, there's always a good fit between photography and digital media. Mm-hmm. And digital media is where I work in. And we said, wouldn't it be great to start to bring audio and bring these things to life and animate them so that we give you a more personal, subjective experience of the great experiences that we get interviewing, talking to people, and visiting these spaces that otherwise people don't have the chance to do.
And these are spaces that celebrate our rich industrial manufacturing community that is a strong part of this. And we're seeing some images as well as receiving some of the sound on screen. Maybe you could tell us a bit about what we're seeing right now, Sunshine.
So this is Louis Pfeiffer, who had a, and the store is still there. Louis Pfeiffer was a shoemaker that immigrated to Canada and started his own shop. And so we started to talk to him. The machine you're looking at is over 100 years old. He had it in his shop. We've had some very moving moments and very kind of real nuggets of wisdom that he shares, you know, about there are only good shoes and bad shoes. Good shoes you can fix and bad shoes you throw away. And these people tell us
That's a Taoist statement right there. You expect two chimes to go ching, and it's said by the shoemaker. Yeah, of course.
Right. He said, you know, it's a question of quality, and we learn these things. And Carl was just talking to his wife recently, and we actually interviewed him about a month or two before he passed away. Wow. So there's a very limited time window in some of these projects that when we get in, we get a chance to talk to these people, as Brian has the chance to get into these spaces and catch them before they move on to their next life.
And it's important to note, both of these ventures still exist independently as living, breathing entities. You continue to document these things. And Brian, we were talking about your photography. This is something that, again, a lot of these spaces are kind of, I guess for lack of a better term, being kind of gentrified, turned into, you know, lofts and that sort of thing. So it's important to get into these and document them before they are, I don't want to say gone, but have been
before they
changed.
lose or change from what they were. I mean, it's been about, for me, preserving the original state of the building so that people can look back and reflect on, oh, this is what the space was before it turned into a loft or before it turned into office space. So, and it gives that nice contrast and really speaks to what Work Shifts is about, is that industry changes and kind of repurposes itself and doesn't just kind of necessarily collapse and disappear.
Well, I think it touches on two things. First off, I want to return to something you said, Sunshine, where you made mention of the fact of an emotional connection, and I think it's important that we, as members of Waterloo Region, maintain that emotional connection with that past. But also, too, Brian, to kind of touch to your point, as it was said earlier in the show, is that there's an inherent industriousness in the community. People kind of keep moving forward and evolve, and this community, even from what it was even 20 years ago, was completely different. But not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Sunshine, I just want to point out something because it's kind of the figurative elephant in the room, and I'm referring specifically to the cart behind us. I find it funny because this actually has a link directly to a member of your team.
Yeah, Carl's wife's ancestors came over in that wagon apparently, and The museum has
Crazy.
delivered in so many ways its tagline, the stories that connect us. And that opening night, that's what you heard. We heard stories about objects, about people, about journeys and experiences.
Well, you were talking about your mom. What your mom was saying. I mean, you know, the microwave you guys had growing as a wedding gift she received.
That's right, an Electro-Home microwave in the late 60s in Taiwan she got it. And that's the model that they have here. And we forget as a community just how global we are. And we also, in our rush sometimes to kind of keep moving forward and seeing what's next, we forget we've already been there in some cases. And that in a way that whether it's RIM or Electro-Home, this community has this rich history of reinventing itself, of creating new experiences and redefining itself for the time that it is in. And our projects just want to remind people of the history that we came, and that we don't always have to reinvent the wheel. And in fact, the resilience of some of these spaces, of some of these people, it's never a sad or melancholic story. These are survivors, and these are people with great experience.
And something to be witnessed. I mean, again, this has been installed as part of the permanent exhibit that is here at the museum, so please do come down and see this remarkable piece of work. And also continued success to you guys individually on your respective projects, because, as we said, living, breathing entities, and we look forward to seeing the results of this as you continue to catalog these things. Wonderful. All right, well, thank you, gentlemen, so much. More daytime to come, folks, so stay with us.
See, I'm just picturing you at the helm of the Conestoga wagon, coming into Waterloo Region.
This is the safest vehicle I could drive. If you know my driving past, that was exactly my speed.
Especially since there are no horses with it right at the moment.
And apparently you didn't actually ride in it. You put your stuff in it and you walk beside it.
Yes.
So that way, yeah, what, 6 tires, 4 rims.
And you'll notice the bottom of the Conestoga wagon is a bow shape to prevent everything from falling out the ends. If it rolled toward the center.
There are some people who drive with their hatches back down on the 401 that should take that into consideration. They should have pickup trucks like that, I think. Yeah, I've seen vacuums fly off. But anyways, again, it's kind of sad. We're coming to an end of a beautiful afternoon at this just incredible space. Folks, can't say enough.
The only reason I'm not sad is because I'm looking forward to getting out with the exhibits and being able to take in a little bit more, because, I mean, every time you think you've seen it all, you turn around and you say, oh, There's something else. You can actually light up that sign. Did you know that?
Can you?
You can.
Are you kidding? Well,
I intend on going and doing that.
and can I say, the other thing I really love about this place, there are a lot of really great intimate exhibits too that force you kind of step in and really kind of take in the subtleties of them, especially some of the artifacts that are behind us are beautiful, beautiful. So it's been such a joy to be here.
Absolutely.
Really has.
Well, we
That's what I'm gonna
encourage
say.
you to come down to the Waterloo Region Museum. It is open now. So stop by, take a look at the exhibits, and take it all in. It is that beautiful colored building that you'll see when you're driving down Homer Watson. So make sure you
Hexadecimal
stop.
code.
That's right, on
Yeah.
the outside.
And if you can decipher it without any sort of reference, you get a prize. I think so. But you know what, as an
You said
artist,
that.
I actually wish, because given my dyslexia, it would be easier for me to spell my name this way. Okay, first letter pink, second letter black. It would. It'd be so much
much
easier.
more colorful that
It
way.
is. Well, and expressive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, however you're spending your day, have a great one, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, guys. Here we are at the beautiful Waterloo Region Museum. Well, guess what, folks? Coming up on tomorrow's Daytime, Milk Maven Jennifer McKenzie will be in our kitchen, coming up with recipes from the new 2012 calendar.
Well, Santa Claus is coming to town this weekend. We're going to tell you all about the Lions Club of KW Santa Claus Parade.
And Cross Cultures presents a panorama of sacred expression, and we'll tell you more.
And it is Movember. We'll tell you about a special gala that's happening in Cambridge. All of that coming up in tomorrow's Daytime, for Waterloo Region's favorite talk show. Oh, that was just fun.
Right there.
No, yeah.